Folks, that is not me making Miss Katie whine off camera. That is...
one of our new puppies.
And what are their names, Miss?
Bonnie and Clyde.
We got a brother and sister on Saturday, and right now they're saying, hey, we'd like to go outside for a minute because we probably need to pee.
They are Aussies.
They are Aussies, and they are full of vim and vigor.
They are about 7.5 weeks old.
And much to our surprise, the little one, the runt, managed to get up 2 steps today. So that's the fastest we've ever had anybody do something. But what do we have today?
Donnerschlag.
Donnerschlag. And do you remember what I told you what it's nicknamed for? What did Bandit, our Aussie who passed just before Christmas, what were the 2 things he was afraid of?
Fireworks?
Fireworks? And what weather?
Oh, he hated thunder.
He hated thunder, so the name was Thunderclap. Bandit hated thunderclaps, and this operation was Thunderclaps. So, now, everybody used to like the game. Everybody likes curse game. Lots of tanks. Da-da-da-da. Well, I found myself generally to be under-enthused about curse games and have become more and more fascinated by the later phases of the Stalingrad campaign, not so much the urban fighting. My urban fighting in Iraq was generally unpleasant. But this, I like this cover. At first I didn't like this cover. It was a little artsy-fartsy for my taste, and the more I look at it...
Nothing artsy-fartsy about it.
Well, for game ones it is. There's like, and it's funny because recently on East Front game by Griggling Games, somebody was complaining about, well, these monster tanks on the cover, and it's like, dude, you know, you've embarrassed yourself because it's that thing exactly there, an assault gun, a Storm and Gas Schultz 3, probably a Golf. And so it's like, wow, dude, you embarrassed yourself. So what I'm going to do is have Miss Katie go take a quick break, go grab a puppy, and bring it over so you can see one of the puppies. So she's not going to wave bye-bye yet because she's going to go get a puppy. And that's Bonnie, folks.
This is Bonnie.
She's our little runt who has already put on like a pound in 3 days here.
Say hello.
So Bonnie is going to wave bye-bye for you folks along with Miss Katie. Let's see if they can coordinate this together.
Bye-bye.
Bye-byes and we're going to get ready and take them both out so they can go pee in the front line. Thanks, folks. I'll be talking to you here in a minute. All right, folks, let's talk about Donnerschlag, Escape from Stalingrad. We were talking about it with Miss Katie earlier. I've come to like the way this cover looks. Didn't originally, don't know why, because it was different. Different is not always good in my world. That's just the way we are, but like this. Now, what was interesting out of all this is what then VUCA sent to us. This is the upgrade kit. Contained a new rule book because there were problems with the old rule book. 2 updated player aids, 2 updated setup sheets, and updated combat decks, and I've gone through those, and yes, they are updated. Now, original rules. Okay, that doesn't look bad. New rules. Prefer the rules the way these look, but then let's start going through them. Okay. Let me get here to the next page. Okay. So. Then when we go to the next one, to the new one, I like that better. And then what's really interesting is here it is, sequence of play 6. Okay, we come over here to sequence of play, and this nice graphic is missing in the other one. So they did upgrade this rule book considerably, and all the errata has been successfully incorporated. Okay, it costs you $10 extra. Man, if I've already put out $70 or $80 for a game, if I have to put out $10 to get something that works, I'm on it. So, VUCA gets an attaboy for that. Counters, fairly standard VUCA counters. Attractive enough. They always feel good. I like the feel to them. And of course, other ones, and minefields are important in this battle. And my favorite, snowdrifts. Snowdrifts. And there are also, where are they here? The alarm units. I was very interested in those. Thunderclap. The Germans were truly scraping the barrel here. So that's a nice touch. Now let's walk over to, we have the old display cards. Okay, that seemed all right. But then we have the new display cards of the same type. And we have much more information on it. Okay. Otherwise, they kind of look the same to me. And looking here and saying, yep, that's the only real difference I see there. So, but the Soviet is much different in my world. That you have here, it's not as easy to read here. You got everything for it here, and I like the way it's broken out more bold here. But otherwise, everything else is the same. So, okay. Let me make certain, because I got my old. Then you have your player aid cards. Again, standard. I always like the way the player aid cards work out. And here you actually see both of them. What's different is that here we go into greater detail from, no, correction, these are the old ones. The new ones give you greater detail here. So you only go down to F on this one. This one goes down to H. Again, they fixed more. A very good approach here. Now, let's go to cards. Cards, combat cards. Okay. None of these were replaced, by the way, folks. German activation cards. Here you can get a Schwerpunkt or activate the 17th Panzer Division. This tells you what period of the game it is. Same thing here, Soviet activation. You can activate a headquarters or one formation. In Soviet combat, again, how do you want to choose it? Do you want to take it as a general event or a tactical event? Okay. Let's get to the map. And the map, man, the first time I looked at this map, I said, what in God's name are they doing? You know, this is an art student's joy or something. And it kind of grew on me. Here are the areas where you have to affect your breakout into one of these three areas, and you put your chits down there. Here you have your Stalingrad Cauldron. Okay. Here, at some point, you have to call Donnerschlag, and it runs through this box. And of course, in typical fashion, they have things nicely set up there for all your cards. What is critical here? Bridges. In my one book by a German battalion commander, armored battalion commander, he talks about that it's seen that they had to fight at every single river crossing of some sort of Soviet element. Almost like when the Germans came through the Andes fighting the same sort of thing where American units just stood and fought and made everything where you had to deploy. Deployment takes time, it burns more fuel. But I like this map. It gives a very good feel for the period. Well, it does to me. Because the color combinations are just perfect. Now, if you've never seen a VUCA game before, this kind of standard, sort of washed out, and they're orange. Over here, they like orange. But this really, really works as far as I'm concerned. And the areas we're going to try to affect your breakout, it's a different concept. Of course, I'm going to say, well, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I am looking forward to it because once they sent me the upgrade kit, I got very enthused about it because I was looking at the other rules, the errata online, and they were good for that. They got the errata up, but it was like trying to figure this out, and it just didn't click to me. And this kind of care from a company always impresses me, and that's why we'll probably end up buying their Bismarck game. We're not going to ask them to send it to us. They probably would if we asked for it, but we're going to... It's another one of those interesting ones. But this, as we found ourselves more and more interested in the Stalingrad campaign, we've looked for something that gives 6th Army the opportunity to do something. And with the Germans having to get there, the German units, when you saw from the counters, are not that great. This should be a tight game. I figure it will be, knowing the way they do things. And the fact they get kudos for going ahead and saying that, yeah, there were problems with this game or issues or challenges, and we're going to make it right. And companies that make things right, they get my business. So, we thank you. Miss Katie showed your one puppy earlier. We have prehistoric mammals back tonight. We have a possum again playing possum in our yard. I don't know if it's dead this time, if Hunter killed it this time, or if it is back to playing possum. So, it's never dull here, folks. Anyway, thank you as always, and we'll get this up, and we'll be posting some pithy comments underneath the video as we continue play here. Thank you, folks. Bye.